Hi, I'm Tracy J. Pierce.
And I'm Christina Shams, and welcome to Woman to Woman,
a show about women and for women.
On today's show, we will discuss our top 5 most successful women in America.
And later in the show, we'll be joined by Mary Chanel for a peek into what's going on in the world of entertainment, followed by Lisa Watkins with what's new in the world of female sports.
So stick around, we have a lot to talk about. Well, Tracy, as you know, women have a lot of power in America today.
I agree.
But we haven't always had these rights and privileges. So I want to take us back a little bit in history and sort of review our history of women's suffrage. So back when, the colonies first started, women were actually given the right to vote with their husbands. It was a joint vote, actually, where they could share the vote. But in 1777, all the states passed a law where they took that right away. Women could not vote in particular. So pretty much up until 1920, when we were given the right to vote, women were second-class citizens, weren't really given acknowledgement as being a human being that's able to vote.
That's true.
So after we got the right to vote in 1920, in the 1960s, we were finally promised equal pay. Through the Equal Pay Act in the workplace, we were given equitable wages regardless of race, color, religion, or sex. And then, of course, in the 70s, we were given through Roe versus Wade, in the Supreme Court, we were given the right to have abortions. And even though we have this right even until today, there are certain hospitals that can turn us down. And that was given in the 1980s. And then finally, through the Violence Against Women's Act in the 1990s through President Clinton, women were given the right to sort of prosecute the men that would rape them, domestic violence, all that kind of stuff. So it is very recently that we were given all these rights as women to sort of get equal pay in the workplace, to vote. So now in 2010, we have these powerhouse women that are just running the world. And the number one woman on my list that I thought, we have to mention first is Oprah Winfrey.
Of course.
And not only does she have a show, but she has an empire. She has a magazine, television host, producer, philanthropist, you name it.
What else can this woman do?
What else? I mean, there's really, if you think about it, there's nothing she hasn't done yet.
Exactly.
And recently in the news, there's an article about how, she's, as we all know, leaving her show.
Going to retire.
Sad, it's over.
Life after Oprah.
Yes, exactly. And but she has announced that her new network is going to be called OWN, which is the Oprah Winfrey Network. And unfortunately, she will not, have her own show on the network, but she will have different shows, and she might guest appear. So we might be seeing a little bit more of Oprah in the future. And of course, Forbes magazine estimates that she is worth $2.7 billion.
I can agree with that.
Yes. And number 2 on the list, I would have to say Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Of course. I mean, she went from being a lawyer to First Lady.
Now Secretary of State.
That's right. And so she holds a very big role in the world. She is the peacemaker of the world.
Yes, she is.
And so she is sort of our person that represents America.
Yes, I admire her mostly for her statement, it takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, yeah. And that's so true.
Yes, it is.
Angelina Jolie, I would say number 3. Actress, but a humanitarian and also goodwill ambassador to the United Nations. Daryl Hannah, number 4. She is not only an actress, but an environmentalist. Yes,
and recently, one of the students here at Richland College, Charlie Van, did an interview with Daryl to talk about her enthusiastic attitude towards going green.
So I tend to think about whole system thinking, things that take into consideration the welfare of other species, human welfare, and the welfare of the other ecosystems as well.
If you want information about Daryl, you may visit her website at dhlovelive.com.
All right. And then last but not least, of course, Michelle Obama, who we all know and love.
Our First Lady.
Our First Lady. And what most people don't know about her, Tracy, is she is actually a very educated woman. She went to law school, and so she's a lawyer, and her and Obama met after that and had their romance at her first job.
Wow.
At the law firm. So
I like Michelle because she's a picture of class.
she
She really is. She's a very classy lady, and she's very articulate. Well, now we'll talk to Mary and see what's going on in the world of entertainment.
I'm Mary Chanel with your Entertainment Connection. Coming back from the holiday break, new TV drama awaits. After Conan splits with NBC, his company Conoco will still have a partnership with the network on a new law show called Justice. A new form of entertainment has been developed for the Xbox 360 called Project Natal. It introduces controller-free gaming and entertainment. No controller required because you are the controller. It will be coming out during the holidays of 2010. Video games in the making with Mass Effect 2 already out, expect a third one. BioWare has already started to work on the game's storyline. This month's video game releases BioShock 2, Heavy Rain, and Dante's Inferno Divine Edition. Movies that are coming to theaters this weekend: Frozen, From Paris with Love, and Dear John. Last weekend's box office, at the top of the box, Avatar with 31.2 million, in second, Edge of Darkness with 17.2 million, along with When in Rome, The Tooth Fairy, and The Book of Eli, rounded out the top 5. I'm Mary Chanel, and you've been connected.
Thank you, Mary. And now over to Lisa to give us an update on what women are doing in the world of sports.
Thank you, ladies. The Professional Bowling Association, established in 1958, had history made when female bowler Kelly Kulick became the first woman to win a PBA Tour event. Her score was 295 to 196. U.S. female skier Lindsey Vonn is looking to win big at her next World Cup event before the Winter Olympic Games in Vancouver, Canada. She will be going head-to-head with Maria Riesch of Germany. And four-time defending Australian Open champion Serena Williams has made it back to another Australian Open final, as she will be looking to defend her title against Belgian tennis player Justine Heyn. And that's your look at sports. Now back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Lisa. Now, to conclude our show, I have a motivational moment for you. Recently, I had the chance to view a delightful film entitled Evan Almighty. Evan was a political enthusiast who wanted to change the world, one person at a time. God, played by Morgan Freeman, challenged Evan to use a simple act of random kindness. Do you want to change the world? Do you want it to be a better place? Consider this. Try an act of kindness, because sharing is one way to demonstrate God's love. Buy a coworker's lunch or give someone a ride with no charge. Should you see someone needing food, offer to buy them a meal. Try one random act of kindness and you will start to change the world, one person at a time. Don't fear change, embrace it.
Wow, thank you so much, Tracy. That was so motivating.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching Woman to Woman. I'm Christina Shams.
And I'm Tracy J. Pierce. See you next time.